Good afternoon. Is anybody here? Good afternoon. Thank you. I saw Lottie Dottie and everybody here. I am Kurt Schmoke. I'm the president of the University of Baltimore, and just want to bring greetings to you all at this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to the University of Baltimore's Class of 2026 Commencement Ceremony. Today, we recognize and congratulate this semester's graduating classes of the Yale Gordon College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Public Affairs, and the Merrick School of Business. Please stand and join Dr. Kathia Smith, Assistant Dean for Academic Affairs and Student Services in the Merrick School of Business, in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Before we begin our program, I want to fulfill a promise I've made to the university community, and that is to read from what we call a land acknowledgement, a recognition that the institution was built on lands that were populated by indigenous peoples. The acknowledgement reads in part, the University of Baltimore respectfully recognizes the disparities that existed between indigenous peoples and the colonialists. On a parcel of land in the central city, the university was built. Now, 100 years after our founding, we seek a better understanding between all human beings, and we strive to build a stronger foundation upon which all of us may grow. As was stated at our founding, the University of Baltimore is a place where an education is attainable and improvement is possible. You can find the university's land acknowledgement on our website. I urge you to seek it out as an affirmation of our bedrock principles. So now, as we open our ceremony, let me introduce you to some of the platform guests. To my left, Mr. Fagan Harris is the president and CEO of the Able Foundation. He's our guest speaker. You will hear from him later. Next to him is Yvette Lewis, a member of the Board of Regents, University System of Maryland. We are so pleased to have representatives from the University of Baltimore Foundation, and for our graduates in particular, these are people you may not have met, some of you have, but these are folks that have labored hard in the vineyard to raise money for scholarships for our university students. So we have next to Ms. Lewis Joan Worthington, who is chair of the board of the foundation, then Mr. Tom Brandt, who's a member of the foundation board, then Debbie Roberts, a member of our foundation board. Next to Ms. Roberts is Taylor Mulcahy, the past president of the University of Baltimore Student Government Association. Then Keynote Smith, and thank you for that wonderful rendition of the national anthem, acting chair of the University of Baltimore Staff Senate. Dr. Greg Walsh, who is the president of the University Faculty Senate, and our senior marshal, Professor Julie Simon. To my right is the provost of the university, Provost Dr. Ralph Mueller, then Christine Spencer, Dean of the Yale Gordon College of Arts and Sciences, Sasha Sheehan, who's our interim dean of the College of Public Affairs, Raju Balakrishnan, the dean of the Merrick School of Business, LaVonda Reed is the dean of the law school, our student speaker, Gamar Hales, we look forward to hearing from him in a few moments, and our vice president for student success and chief student affairs officer, Nicole Morano, then the vice president for advancement and external relations, Teresa Solanskis, and the vice president for enrollment management, Roxy Shabazz. Just a few introductory remarks from me. I'd like to start the ceremony with a reminder of why we're here today. It's to celebrate our students who are receiving their degrees today as part of the university class of 2026. Today, every one of us in this auditorium congratulates you on your life-changing achievement. The best that we can simply say is you did it. My colleagues on this stage know that every year I make sure to praise the achievements of our graduates by talking about the challenges they've overcome, the adversities they've handled, the uncertainties they've met, all to end up here today. We recognize all that you've done, and we're proud of you for that. This year, also, we want to remind everyone that you're completing a degree at a very special time for the university. Last year, the university celebrated its 100th anniversary. You can take a measure of pride in knowing that you are the first class of our second century. As UBalt marches forward, we hope that you'll be there with us, progressing in your professional and personal lives. You will carry on this institution's bedrock values and its highest hopes. As you journey out across the world, you'll recognize that your alma mater has prepared you for a world that is constantly changing. Change, in fact, is what life is all about. A college roommate of mine, Douglas Smith, wrote a book called Taking Charge of Change. It's about managing people, but his ideas are applicable in practically any situation. From here on out, for example, you may be confronted by the ups and downs of artificial intelligence. That's just one part of life that is subject to profound new directions. Think of your UBalt education as a tool to prepare you for the profound challenges of a changing world. AI is just one example. That's a field that is complex and growing more sophisticated by the second. But don't let it paralyze you or leave you cold. Your UBalt degree positions you to meet these and other challenges and opportunities head on. Take charge of it. No matter what you do in life, work to stay positive. Try to be at your best every day. I have to add that someday soon, I hope, we'd like you to return to UBalt. We want to know how you're doing, what you've discovered out there. Keep in touch with us, and we promise to do the same. Now, during every commencement, We like to applaud those who supported our graduates, the families, the friends, co-workers, and of course our faculty and staff here at the university. So I ask you, graduates, if you could stand and turn and give it applause to those who have been so supportive of you. Thank you all very much. Please be seated. And now I'd like to introduce University System of Maryland Board of Regents member Yvette Lewis, who brings greetings from the board. She is an outstanding public service, having been successful in both the public and private sector, and we really appreciate the support that she's giving our university. Thank you, Regent Lewis, for your support of the University of Baltimore.
Thank you all so much. Good afternoon. I am delighted to extend best wishes and congratulations from the entire USM and the Board of Regents to each and every one of you. We want to express our deep appreciation to President Kurt Schmoke, his leadership team, and the outstanding faculty and staff here at the University of Baltimore. Thanks to your collective vision, leadership, and hard work, the University of Baltimore continues to thrive as an institution of excellence and impactful service. And I know you are all looking forward to hearing from your keynote speaker today, Fagan Harris, President and CEO of the Able Foundation. For more than 100 years, UBalt has excelled at preparing students for successful careers and serving the community. And when it comes to serving the community, especially Baltimore City, UBalt has always had a focus on helping working people improve their lives. And I know this personally. You may know that President Schmoke comes from a long line of educators. He and his family helped to shape my own life. His aunt, Elizabeth, was my elementary school principal. She was actually, to this day, my favorite principal. I went to school with my mom, and it was University Park Elementary School in Charlotte, North Carolina. She raised me up and shaped me in those early years of my life. As a matter of fact, she stayed in my life forever. When I married, she gave me and my husband a beautiful salad bowl as a wedding gift. And I can say 49 years later, I have that same bowl and that same husband. And when I graduated from Howard University and got my first teaching job right here in Baltimore City, it was President Schmoke's father that helped me find some place to live, my very first place to live right here in Baltimore. And here I am today, looking out at all of your faces, and I can see, like me then, you're ready to take that first step. I'm honored to be here to recognize and congratulate you, the University of Baltimore class of 2026. Your hard work and sacrifice have paid off. Really, congratulations. I also know your family and friends take pride in what you have accomplished. They have shared in your sacrifice, and they certainly should share in your success today. And I know you appreciate it by the way you applauded and cheered for them. Today, you graduate from an institution that has been a pioneer in education for more than 100 years. A university that prepares graduates for successful careers and impactful lives. Today, you become an enduring part of the University of Baltimore's proud and impressive legacy. And so once again, I offer each and every one of you a well-deserved congratulations. I thank you for allowing me to share in your joy, and I wish you all the very best to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Regent Lewis. Really appreciate those words. I'm pleased now to introduce the class of 2026 student representative, Gamar Hales, who will be receiving a BS in Information Systems and Technology Management with a minor in Economics and Public Policy from the Merrick School of Business. Gamar?
Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, distinguished staff, honored guests, Baltimore community leaders, proud families and loved ones, and of course, the phenomenal University of Baltimore Spring 2026 graduating class. Let's clap it up, y'all. We made it. What a blessing to be standing here today, celebrating one of the biggest milestones of our lives, and a very, very special birthday to my mom. Happy birthday, Mama. I love you. Today isn't just a date on the calendar. Today is proof that all those early morning wake-ups and late-night studies were worth it. Today is proof of resilience. My name is Gamar Hales, and I stand here proudly as a first-generation Jamaican American. Or Jamaican, I sometimes say, where both my parents were born in Jamaica and they raised my siblings and I in the south suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. Now, I'm a proud Baltimorean, something I never take lightly. This past year, I served as the president of the illustrious Black Student Union and vice president of the Student Events Board. I also worked full-time as an assistant branch manager at a local bank while also being a full-time student. And yes, somehow I'm still alive. Because we live in an era of artificial intelligence, or AI as we know it, of course I asked AI, how do I give a great commencement speech? It said, be brief. I said, beloved. They gave me 5 minutes. I'm using all 5. Look around this arena. Here they come, ubalt first-gen scholars, working parents, night shift warriors, transfer students who refused to start over, immigrants who kept their accent strong and their head even stronger. Here they come, coders and creators, analysts and advocates, future attorneys and entrepreneurs. Here we come, the class that studied on buses, in break rooms, in between shifts, and still showed up. We are not an ordinary graduating class. Again, we are proof of excellence and resilience. I moved to Baltimore in 2021 at the age of 24. Excited, but honestly, terrified. Leaving home hits different when you're not just leaving a city, but you're leaving a version of yourself you can no longer afford to be. Growing up in Chicago, I was surrounded by people I loved, and of course by my loved ones, but also by party heads, socialites, generally folks who were numbing themselves through life, people who essentially didn't believe in elevation or transformation. And deep down, I knew if I stayed, I'd get stuck in a cycle that was never meant for me. So I made a choice, a fast one, but a necessary one, which was to move to Baltimore. My first night in Baltimore was not what I expected. I drove around downtown in the heart of the city, imagining I'd see skyscrapers and bright lights, something that felt bigger than Chicago. But what I saw was abandoned buildings, people struggling openly, people battling things you can see and things you couldn't. I remember thinking, Gamar, is this really where you decided to move? That night, two of my friends from Baltimore drove me around the city, showing me the good and the bad, the corners to avoid, the food spots to try, including the hidden gems, the neighborhoods with heart, and somewhere between the shock and the silence, the question hit me again, is my purpose here? Later that night, they said, all right now, you can't come to Baltimore and not try a crab cake. And let me tell you something. Chicago don't prepare you for a real Maryland crab cake. No shade to my birth city, but Baltimore puts their whole soul into seafood. If you know, you know. In that experience, trying my first crab cake, that first bite grounded me. It reminded me that even in unfamiliar places, there are things meant to comfort you, catch you, and keep you open. And that's when I realized something, that the challenges looked familiar, but the people were different. When folks heard my Midwest Chicago accent, they leaned in. They asked, so what brought you to Baltimore? And for the first time, I didn't have a polished answer. All I knew was this, and something that I've stuck with ever since. I had to sacrifice my surroundings to build my future, and that sacrifice has brought me here. Fast forward a bit, when everything collided at once. I was working full-time in a demanding role. I was a leader on campus. I was trying to be a good student, and not only a student that excelled, but also trying to be a good human at the same time. Not to mention, I was driving Lyft late at night to help pay for out-of-state tuition at the time. One night, I drove home, sat in my car, just stared at my steering wheel, exhausted. I honestly thought, I don't know if I can do this anymore. But then I heard my mother's voice in that unmistakable Jamaican accent. God would never put you through anything you cannot handle. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. So in that moment, I reached out to some friends who shared similar stories, working full-time, leaders on campus, full-time course load, expressing my frustration and exhaustion. Not only were my friends able to reground me, they connected me to scholarships where I didn't need to work as much. But most importantly, my friends motivated me to see the bigger vision I had for myself. In that moment, the moment that almost broke me became the moment that built me. Let me say this clearly. We did not work multiple jobs to pay our tuition just to second-guess our greatness. We did not struggle this much to wonder if we belong. We invested in our future, and now we're going to live like it. Too often, we look everywhere for success, forgetting the diamonds may already be under our feet. I almost did. But the diamonds were right here with me. Professors who poured into me, classmates who mirrored my journey, and a community who saw more in me than I saw in myself. One of those diamonds I didn't expect to find at UBalt came during my global field studies abroad in France. I thought I was going for the travel and the experience, of course, but what I gained were lifelong relationships. I met peers from different backgrounds who challenged me, supported me, and became family far beyond the program. One of those friends, who was a CPA before I met her, and funny enough, she's now my accountant, even if she doesn't know it yet. That experience taught me something real, though. Diamonds aren't always opportunities. Sometimes they're people. UBalt didn't just expand my worldview. It connected me to relationships that will continue to shape my life. Someone from the class of 2026 will start a company that changes neighborhoods, cities, and states. Someone will defend a client who has never had a fair shot. Someone will secure our data, build policies that heal families. We are not waiting for an answer. We are the answer. Wherever you're headed, a new job, graduate school, entrepreneurship, or a well-deserved rest, I know some of us need it. Remember, purpose isn't something you find. Purpose is something you build within yourself. To those who graduated in the summer and fall of 2025, and those who are graduating now in spring 2026, I have one message that I hope stick with you wherever you go. Walk boldly. Walk confidently. Walk like people who turn obstacles into options and pressure into purpose. To the families, friends, faculty, staff, mentors, and Baltimore community, thank you for carrying us when we couldn't carry ourselves. And to this UBalt graduating class, we are the class that turns struggle into strength, purpose into action, and dreams into reality. Congratulations, Bees. Now let's go rewrite the world, one story at a time. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Gamar. I was just looking at your mother's reaction over there. I tell you, you put me to shame. Something you could give somebody on their birthday like that? My God. A friend of mine once told me that the only reason why my mother was proud of me wasn't the graduation. She was proud because when I grew up, I married a doctor. Thank you, sir. That was really profound words. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Fagan Harris, who serves as president and CEO of the Able Foundation. We've asked Fagan to continue a long-standing tradition we have at UBalt. Come here, join us, and share with us some of the insights into the world we're living in today. And for many of you, the world that you're inheriting beginning immediately after this ceremony. Before he took up leadership as the Able Foundation, Fagan Harris served as Governor Wes Moore's Chief of Staff from his inauguration in 2023 through last year. In that role, he managed the governor's offices, oversaw the day-to-day operations of state government. He led the state through the historic negotiations to retain our beloved Baltimore Orioles, managed Maryland's response to the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse, and guided the development and implementation of the state's $67 billion budget. Mr. Harris is the co-founder of Baltimore Core, where he served as CEO for 10 years. Under his leadership, Baltimore Core reimagined recruiting, hiring, and career advancement for underestimated communities. Fagan holds a BA in Political Science and American Studies from Stanford University, where he graduated with honors, and a Master of Philosophy degree from the University of Oxford, where he was a Rhodes Scholar. He is also a proud graduate of Maryland Public Schools. So I am pleased that he accepted our offer to speak today. Let's welcome Fagan Harris.
Good afternoon. We can do a little better than that. Good afternoon. What a beautiful day. Good afternoon, graduates, faculty and staff, families and loved ones who helped make this day possible, President Schmoke, and to every single person who made this incredible celebration a reality. Congratulations, class of 2026. Today is a day of achievement, but it is also a day of witness, because commencement ceremonies are one of the few moments in our lives where we pause to collectively recognize transformation. Not potential, not intention, not promise, transformation. The people sitting before us today are not the same people who first walked onto this campus. Some of you arrived here confident. Others came uncertain. Some of you enrolled right after high school. Others started this journey after years away from classrooms, balancing jobs, caregiving, financial pressure, military service, grief and loss, parenthood, illness, the complicated realities of adult life. Many of you are the first in your families to earn a college degree. And all of you carry not only your hopes, but the hopes of entire generations. That matters, especially now, because commencement speakers are usually expected to stand at podiums just like this and offer uncomplicated optimism about the future. But it's important that we tell the truth. You are graduating into a complicated world, one that is divided, exhausted, angry, unequal, and uncertain. A world where technology is accelerating faster than wisdom, where many people feel isolated despite being more connected than ever, where institutions are being questioned and trust is fragile, and where too many communities still toil under the weight of poverty, violence, discrimination, and disinvestment. These are the challenges of leadership, and you are the leaders to confront them. Leaders who persevere no matter the cost, leaders who move forward even when life demands otherwise, leaders who adapt, who sacrifice, who persist, leaders like every single one of you who, forged by your own unique individual stories, move the world forward. Today I want to share 3 stories that informed my leadership journey in the hope that there's something there for you and yours. I grew up in an interracial family in the 1980s and 90s. My parents met in Georgia, where they were one of the few openly interracial couples. The climate was hostile, and so 8 months pregnant with me, they left. We bounced around, moving 8 times in 5 years, moving in and out of apartments and employment, trying to find where we fit. And after years of searching, we settled here in Maryland, where I attended public schools just south of the city in Glen Burnie, AKA the Dirty Burn. Y'all, that's right. And like so many people who grew up with parents who worked incredibly hard to put food on the table, I was keenly aware of their sacrifice and did everything I could to honor it. I excelled academically, I played every sport, joined every club, leapt at every opportunity to volunteer, from food kitchens to homeless shelters, paper routes to VFWs. I was that kid. And I was exhausting, but I was also exhausted. My schools were tough. And so one day during my senior year, I decided that I needed a day off. I was going to skip school. For the first time in my entire life, I was going to break the rules. And so after first period, I told a friend that I was heading to IHOP because I wanted pancakes. So I moseyed off campus, walked down Ritchie Highway, and bounded into IHOP, where to my complete shock, my entire second period class was already seated. The servers had even pulled together tables so that everybody could sit together. One student, his name was Steve, he was a freshman, ordered the crab omelet. I was horrified. I knew Steve, and Steve did not have money for the crab omelet. I said, "What are you doing here?" "Well, we heard you were coming, so we all decided to join." You know where this goes. I felt a pit in my stomach. I pulled the waitress aside, canceled the order, especially that crab omelet, because that sucker was like $20. And before I could direct everyone back to campus, my flip phone rang. "You're in big trouble. The school called the police." And right on cue, the police busted into the restaurant, escorted me outside, and threw me in the back of a police vehicle. Before I knew it, I was sitting in front of our vice president, who was asking me, "What the hell were you thinking?" My brain raced for excuses, but the words just jumbled out of my mouth before he cut me off. Leadership isn't a uniform you can take on and off whenever you feel like it. You're not a leader because you're captain of a sports team or president of the Honor Society. Those are titles. They mean nothing. There are plenty of people with titles who never lead. You're a leader because of how you act. Every decision, every single choice, that is leadership. And people follow you because they believe in your choices. And when you decided to skip school today, 20 other students thought they could skip school too. It was a tough moment, but I finally understood that leadership isn't about titles and position. All that climbing and aspiring, trying to get prestige and affirmation wasn't about all of that. It's not even really about power or authority. It's about choices, decisions. The example you set and the belief that grows in others when you make choices to achieve a common goal. The vice principal was right. People do what they see done, repeatedly, every day. And leadership, like excellence, is what we repeatedly do. It is not an act, but a habit. And everyone can lead because everyone can make decisions to advance the common good. That is the fundamental building block of leadership. Fast forward nearly 20 years, and I'm sitting in front of the newly elected governor of Maryland as his chief of staff. We are in transition and defining our plan to govern the state. I asked Governor Moore, "What is our top priority, and how will we know when we are successful?" His response was immediate and unequivocal. "We must end the violence epidemic in Baltimore." So here's how it goes. The governor's the boss. He sets the vision and the direction. The chief of staff, we make it happen. And so to do that, I needed to answer a simple but difficult question. What drove the violence in our communities, and how do we stop it? Suffice to say, there are many drivers of violence. But as I dug into our government's response, one thing was blindingly obvious. Our public safety system, the state and city governments, the prosecutors and public defenders, all the community organizations, was utterly disconnected from itself. The state didn't talk to the city or fully resource it, and every element of our system struggled to work together. And instead of achieving a common goal, a culture of slights and grudge holding had taken hold. Worse yet, the governor, who won in a landslide, well, his direction to move differently was met with quiet resistance in every quarter. Folks were dug in. Then came the Brooklyn mass shooting. More than 30 people were shot in the most horrific example of mass violence in our state's history. 2 young people, not much younger than you, lost their lives. Immediately after the shooting, the governor and I spent the day in shock trauma, meeting with survivors and their families. We heard from young men and women, their bodies ripped apart by bullets and forever changed. and we cried with them as we mourned all they lost. No more prom, a lot of dreams compromised, no more sports, a lot of things forever irrevocably changed. And we heard from the doctors and nurses who triaged that violent reality every day, who said, those 30 stories are nothing unique. And every single person we met that day challenged us to stop this from ever happening again. We left shock trauma that day fortified in our why. And from that point on, we led differently. To cut through the grudges and the slights, the institutional inertia, we reminded everyone of the generations of young people whose lives were taken or fundamentally changed because of all the unchecked violence. And when people were confronted with that pain, when people really grappled with it and sat with it, they slowly started to release all the ways they were used to working to embrace a new reality. And a valuable lesson emerged. People view change through the lens of loss. I'm going to say this again because this is probably the most important thing in this talk. People view change through the lens of loss. To change anything, you have to confront the feelings of loss in those you are leading. To overcome that feeling of loss, the loss of status, the loss of a program or a priority, maybe you want to allocate resources differently to achieve something else. People view change through the lens of loss. They first go to, what am I losing by this thing changing? You have to remind them of a bigger why. There has to be something that everybody knows is worth sacrificing for. Otherwise, that instinct, that protection of what people lose, is what shuts down any change. And in this case, the why was obvious, but we had collectively grown numb. Unchecked violence was robbing us of our future, literally our children. That was our why, and that gave us the motivation bigger than ego or territory or funding or aspirations or career motivations to change the world. Those young people in shock trauma taught me that if your why is big enough, you can endure almost anyhow. And as we rightly celebrate record declines in violence, we should never forget what it cost us, because that's the only way to ensure that we never go back. To close, I want to share more about a woman whose story has shaped the way I understand life and leadership. She was born in a small house that stood more from determination than stability. At times, as many as 10 people lived in that home. Her parents could not read, nor could they write. Her great-grandparents had been enslaved. And from an early age, she understood something that many people in this room understand deeply, that life does not always begin with fairness. She worked hard because she had to, not because it built character, not because it looked good on a resume, but because survival required it. Over the years, she worked many jobs: waitress, secretary, hospice care worker, customer service representative, and like many women of her generation, much of what she endured was never fully acknowledged or recognized. Precarious circumstances, difficult relationships, moments where stability evaporated in an instant, bankruptcies, divorces, having to start over from nothing. For many, that would have been the end of the story people expected of her, not because she lacked intelligence or capability, but because society often has a quiet way of deciding who gets to continue dreaming, especially if you're poor, especially if you're black, especially if you're a woman, especially if life interrupts your timeline. But at 51 years old, after years of struggle and sacrifice, she made the decision to go back to school. Not because it was convenient, it wasn't, and not because she suddenly had free time. She definitely didn't have any. She went because somewhere inside of her was a refusal to believe that her story was fully written. She finished school, and she became a special education teacher. And she devoted the rest of her life to children who were overlooked and underestimated. Children who needed someone to see possibility in them before they could see it in themselves, not for recognition or prestige, but because she believed that all people deserve dignity, opportunity, patience, and hope. That woman was my mother. And I stand before you fully aware that everything I've accomplished traces directly back to her courage. I have had opportunities she's never had. I have been so blessed, y'all. God has been so good to me. And if I've learned anything from those experiences, it's this. Resumes can tell you what someone has achieved, but they can never tell you what has formed them. And the most important lessons I've learned about leadership did not come from elite institutions. They came from watching a woman who understood how to move forward despite the exhaustion, someone who understood sacrifice, someone who kept faith in the future even when the future did not keep faith in her. And I think about my mother and her example every day, and I feel closest to her when I'm in rooms just like this, because many of you know something about struggle, what it means to persist when everything is uncertain, to succeed without perfect conditions, and that is make you uniquely qualified to shape the future. We have a tendency in our culture to celebrate those whose journeys appear smooth, the prodigy, the straight line, the uninterrupted ascent. And there is nothing wrong with excellence that arrives easily. But history teaches us something else. Those who transform the world are those who've had to fight to remain hopeful, who've adapted because life demanded it, who knew how to rebuild because they first rebuilt themselves. Your journey at this incredible institution has forged you into precisely the kind of leader we need now. And as you leave this campus and step into your next chapter, remember, never let the condition of the world convince you that your contribution is insignificant. Every meaningful movement, institution, business, classroom, neighborhood, family has been shaped by a small group of people who kept showing up and making the decision to lead. Keep leading. Never be ashamed of your path. Life is not a race. And sometimes the people who take the longer road develop the endurance necessary to do the hardest thing that we all need. We need you. Lead with your why. Inspire people towards the larger goal by connecting them with the why big enough to move the mountains of change. And never underestimate what your presence means. When you walk across this stage today, you are not only changing your own life, you are expanding what feels possible for the people watching you. Younger siblings, children, neighbors, coworkers, entire families. In each of your lives, someone is going to attempt something difficult because they saw you do it first. That is how transformation spreads. Quietly, personally, generationally. My mother, sitting under a dim lamp at a kitchen table, writing papers and finishing problem set at 51 years of age, could never have imagined that the boy watching her would be giving you this speech today. But that is the extraordinary thing about courage. Its impact almost always travels farther than the person carrying it can see. And so, graduates, the world you are entering is imperfect, but it is not hopeless. Not while you are still rising. Your journey here has already proved something important. You know how to continue. And that ability to adapt, to persevere, to believe beyond evidence is the most valuable form of leadership we have left. Congratulations, class of 2026. We believe in you, we are proud of you, and we cannot wait to see what you build next. Well done.
Should know that Fagan gave us a great deal of time. He was our speaker for this morning for our graduate, the ceremony for graduate students too. So I really do appreciate it. I'm pleased that he accepted the offer to speak today. Well, folks, it's the time that you came here for. We are about to present those who are candidates for graduation. I just want to make one quick note. You will see that this goes back because of issues of public health, COVID and things of that nature. Some people like to shake hands, other people don't. It's not a big deal if somebody doesn't shake hands. And so I just caution you, don't get upset, or you walk by the guy and didn't even shake his hand or anything like that. We do this out of an abundance of caution. Would love to shake your hand, but if you choose not to, just move on. For those in the class, though, I may not be able to shake everybody's hand, so I will give you the salute from Wakanda. Thank you all very much. Okay.
Commencement is a joyous and festive occasion for all the graduates and their families and friends who celebrate their accomplishments. Please be kind and considerate as each graduate's name is called so every name can be heard. We will begin today's presentation with the Yale Gordon College of Arts and Sciences. Please welcome the Yale Gordon College of Arts and Sciences Marshal and Dean Spencer to the mics.
Candidates for the Yale Gordon College of Arts and Sciences degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Certificate, please stand.
President Schmoke, I have the honor to present to you the amazing students of the graduating class from the Yale Gordon College of Arts and Sciences who have completed all the requirements and have been recommended by the faculty for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Certificate.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the state of Maryland, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, with all the honors, rights, privileges pertaining thereto.
Javona Anderson, Bachelor of Arts. Congratulations. Hello, how are you? Good. Tahir G. Atkinson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Joseph Becker, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Arts. Hello, how are you? Tiffany Janae Berry, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sarah Ashley Brunkhorst, Bachelor of Arts. Hello, how are you? Good. Diamond Bruns, Bachelor of Arts. Jocelyn Clark, Bachelor of Arts. Dylan C. Conaway, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Heinz Delaney, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Eric Dickerson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Dawn Fleet, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors, ODK, NSLA. Jonna Floyd, Bachelor of Arts. Leeson Gottville, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Amy Greenwood, Bachelor of Arts. Summer Hart, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Letta Miriam Garnett Moore Jews, Bachelor of Arts. Aaron L. Jones, Bachelor of Arts, Helen Dennett Honors. Will Carr, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Erica Jean King, cum laude, honors, Helen B. Dennett Honors. Nkosazana Fiola Kemraha, Bachelor of Arts. Isada Lamb, Bachelor of Arts. There's Taylor. Taylor Mulcahy, Bachelor of Arts. Alina Nadim, Bachelor of Arts. Tan Fat Win, Bachelor of Arts. Hassanat Oladoso, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kaisha Patterson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Tanika Narcole Reed, Bachelor of Arts.
Alfred Patrick Rollins, Bachelor of Arts. Rachel A. Sharp, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Alicia Ann Singley, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Shamira Stradiran, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Stradaran, I'm sorry, Shamira Stradaran. Kimberly Nicole Simpton, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Miracle Melissa Thomas, Bachelor of Arts. Joshua Alexander Washington, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sheena Joy White, Bachelor of Arts. Erica Whitney Young, Bachelor of Arts, Helen P. Dennett Honors, cum laude. Board of Regents Excellent Scholar. Okay, thank you. Melida A. Yowell, Bachelor of Arts, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Matthew K. Cheek, Bachelor of Arts. Fatima Ahmad Aliyu, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Bachin, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Whitney Chanel Brace, Bachelor of Arts. Joy Bunton, Bachelor of Arts. Favor Jesutofunmi Dada, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Brian Walter Don, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Alyssa Kateb, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Markayla Merchant, Bachelor of Arts. Gasala Fadimata Aisha Eman Mohammed, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Michael A. Moore, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Keziah Robinson, Bachelor of Arts. Keziah Robinson, Bachelor of Arts. Nicole Rosario Gibbs, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. June Caroline Sasso, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Shakira Sykes, Bachelor of Arts. Chutney Wortham, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Destiny C. Strange, Bachelor of Arts. Evan Reese Alexander, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Damon Dion Black, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Dean Collins, Bachelor of Science. Ronald Davis, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Thank you. Tori Dixon, Bachelor of Science. Adam Elhani, Bachelor of Science. Cameron Franklin, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Isabella Garcia, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Emilia G. Jebru, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Thanks. Fernando M. Gutierrez, Bachelor of Science. Joshua Millard Jackson, Bachelor of Science. Gloria Johnson, Bachelor of Science. Hari Joshi, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Joshua David Knoppel, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Seth M. Kolb, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Arthur C. Lamb, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Joseph Liu, Bachelor of Science. Thank you. Marcus Jamal Owens Kabla, Bachelor of Science. Louis Plested, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Kaylin Sawyers, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Joshua E. Vasquez Correa, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Inyene Uruakan, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Logan W. Walcott, Bachelor of Science. Jasmine Whitaker, Bachelor of Science. Sumera Farial Zaki, Bachelor of Arts. Elvis Gayton, Bachelor of Science.
Now let's give a lively round of applause to all of our Yale Gordon College of Arts and Science graduates. We will continue today's presentation with the College of Public Affairs. Please welcome the College of Public Affairs Marshal and Interim Dean Sheehan to the mics.
Will the candidates for the College of Public Affairs for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Certificate please stand?
President Smoke, I am honored to present to you the extraordinary students of the graduating class from the College of Public Affairs who have completed all requirements and are recommended by the faculty for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Certificate.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents in the state of Maryland, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, with all the honors, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Safia Ahmad, Bachelor of Science, Art. Umar Khair Al, Bachelor of Arts. Keisha Brown, Bachelor of Arts. Patrice L. Brown, Bachelor of Arts. Brendan Patrick Carter, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sarah Eliza Catroni, Bachelor of Arts, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Jamie Clemens, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Benjamin J. Coleman, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Judah Contreras, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Taiwanda Cooper Miller, Bachelor of Arts. Let me get my hug. Connor B.P. Curran, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Janine Renee Goins, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Akila Jones, Bachelor of Arts. Angelica, okay, no. Angelica, one more time. Angelica Anastasia Lou Ellen, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kelly M. McBride, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Miguel Eduardo Miranda, Bachelor of Science, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Fabiola Navichoke, Bachelor of Arts. Kelly Nunez Castillo, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kevin W. Ochal, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Parlasia Peak, Bachelor of Arts. Caitlin Robinson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Daniel S. Rojas, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Anthony Russell Jr., Bachelor of Arts. Latanya Rush, Bachelor of Arts. Stephen Joseph Schmidt, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Altekin Emre Soylu, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Lelean Levi. Okay, Lelean Levi, Bachelor of Arts. John Walker, Bachelor of Arts. Rian Seth Jordan Williams, Bachelor of Arts. Olubukola Olutoyin Toyin, okay. Olubukola Olutoyin Adebenro. Okay, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Okay, Rafiu Kolade Akani, Bachelor of Science. Daisy Marlene Alacorn. Bachelor of Science. Okay, Shobika Turai Anant, Bachelor of Science, and certificate. Gurley Serin Bautista, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Jihad Brandon, Bachelor of Science. Andrew Brilla, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Andre Louise Canada, Bachelor of Science. Lori Ellen Thierry, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Eva Juliet Castaneda, Bachelor of Science. Samaya Coulter, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Karen Davalos, Bachelor of Science. Janae Davis, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Tierra L. Day, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Let me make sure. Oh, okay. Khadija Diaby, Bachelor of Science. Dominique Doss, Bachelor of Science. Alexis Diane Fleming, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Erica Goncalves, okay. Erica Goncalves Rodriguez, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Christina Marie Grant, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Taylor M. Gray, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Roger Netz Michelle Green, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Sarah Gross, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Charles Elliott Haig, Bachelor of Science. Cherie Haynes, Bachelor of Science. Natalie G. Heinrichs, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Tanil Anithia Howard, Bachelor of Science. Bria Howard, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Syed Tessim Javed, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Angel Johnson, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Kim M. Johnson, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Taylin Knight, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Mariama Lansner, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Janae Leggett Coleman, Bachelor of Science. Tayana A. Nichol, Bachelor of Science. Gabrielle Suzette Manning Jones, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Gia Monet Montgomery, Bachelor of Science. Yelshi Virginia Monroy. Yelshi Virginia Monroy, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Sorry? Darius Amari Montel, Bachelor of Science. Rola Musa, okay, Rola Musa, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Keira, oh, that's an E. Keira Neal, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Danica J. Nelson, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Yasmin N. Page, Bachelor of Science. Elena, wait 1 second. Okay. Elena Pastron, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Upsilon Phi Delta Honors. Sade Randall, Bachelor of Science. DeConti Roberts, Bachelor of Science. Andrew Evan Rohr, Bachelor of Science. Isabella Ann Marie Rothstein, Bachelor of Science. Justice Atlia Rowlett, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Emily K. Salguero, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Basin Saul, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Titi Salia, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Ashley L. Santos Lobos, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Tanya Lavette Simpson, Bachelor of Science, in loving memory of her son who just passed away. Tiana Cyan Squires, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Shatise Taylor, Bachelor of Science. Felicia L. Thompson, Bachelor of Science. Tykira Monet, Bachelor of, Tykira Monet Townsend, Bachelor of Science. Tierra Weeks, Bachelor of Science. Zaire White, magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Haley Wheatcheck, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Samuela Coker, Bachelor of Science.
Now let's give a lively round of applause to all of our College of Public Affairs graduates. We will end today's presentation with the Merrick School of Business.
Candidates for the Robert G. Merrick School of Business for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Certificate, please stand.
All right, Merrick School, are you ready? President Smoke, I am honored to present to you the students of the graduating class from the Merrick School of Business who have completed all requirements and are recommended by the faculty for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Certificate.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the State of Maryland, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science or Certificate with all the honors, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Krishana Abdul, Bachelor of Science. Lakeisha Akins, Bachelor of Science. Aliyah Anthony, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Brianna Nicole Barr, Bachelor of Science. Ralphael D. Bolton, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Alexandria Bridges, Bachelor of Science. Susan Brown, Bachelor of Science. I'm sorry? Diana Brown, NSLS Honors. Joseph R. Brownson, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Michelangelo V. Gao, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Decelia J. Castor, Bachelor of Science. Jana Sharif. Oh, so I would have read that. Janae Sharif, Bachelor of Science. Kebibi J. Connor, Bachelor of Science. Dana Cook, Bachelor of Science. Avery Cutsale, Bachelor of Science. Aidan Cutsale, Bachelor of Science. Kishone Valerie Davis, Bachelor of Science. Kenra Downey, Bachelor of Science. Alexis Nicole Engstrom, Bachelor of Science. Kimberly Flores, Bachelor of Science. Mercedes Alexis Gavigan, Bachelor of Science. Maxwell P. Gainey, Bachelor of Science. Ramatulai Goloko, Bachelor of Science. Crystal Gonsalves, Bachelor of Science. Deja Green, Bachelor of Science. Jacqueline Green, Bachelor of Science. Julian Green, Bachelor of Science. Dmitry Gurvitz, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Helen P. Dennett Honors. Jasmine Hawkins, Bachelor of Science. Jamar Hales, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Michelle Denise Henry, Bachelor of Science. Chizaga India Amadi, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Chiamaka Jeremiah, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Morgan Jones, Bachelor of Science. Vanessa Mutale Kasongo, Bachelor of Science. Ariel Kempa, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Iman Khan, Bachelor of Science. Ryan Khondokar, Bachelor of Science. Pearlie Mae Lewis, Bachelor of Science. Leorian Pereira Lobao, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Kendall Marie McGinnis, Bachelor of Science. Sarah Ann Mossberg, Bachelor of Science. Zunglung Mitung. Bachelor of Science. Sai Indaba, Bachelor of Science. Olamide Olayinka, Bachelor of Science. Inuolua Omohefe, summa cum laude, Bachelor of Science. Yasmin Mareli Ortega Ramirez, Bachelor of Science. Jay Patel, Bachelor of Science. Joseph Maximilian Filer, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Brandon W. Powell, Bachelor of Science. Michelle Unique Price, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Dereje Rago, Bachelor of Science. Ari Red, Bachelor of Science. Tierra Red, Bachelor of Science. Ria Rodme Renee, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Daniel Reynolds, Bachelor of Science. Hi, how are you? Antonio Robinson, Bachelor of Science. Adriana Y. Sanchez Perez, Bachelor of Science. T. Shuai Nem No, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Mulchan Singh, Bachelor of Science. Evan Alexander Smith, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Justine Maria Smith, Bachelor of Science. David Payne Snell, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Paul Stavro, Bachelor of Science. Destiny Victoria Ruby Stubbs, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Samuel Gerald Troshinsky, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Inkobe Turner, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Udochukwu K. Uzotru, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Hey. Sharde S. Watkins, Bachelor of Science. Montrese Wiggins, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Latoya A. Wilkins, Bachelor of Science. Tyra R. Wilson. Tyra Heath Wilson, Bachelor of Science, cum laude, Helen Dennett Honors. Peyton Yates, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Nicole Young, Bachelor of Science. Yodon Zodu, Bachelor of Science. Leila Uafi, certificate.
Okay, please join me in a round of applause for the entire graduating class. Thank you. Thank you. And now we'll hear from the University of Baltimore Provost, Ralph Mueller.
You're a good crowd. This is exciting. President Schmoke, colleagues, distinguished guests. Alongside our treasured students, members of the University of Baltimore faculty are exemplary individuals who embody the heart of our institution, including excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service to their professions and to our communities. I will now call on 3 members of the UBalt faculty. Once I've read all their names, I will ask them to stand to be recognized. Please note that other faculty members were recognized during this morning's graduate ceremony, while several professors from the law school will be recognized at tomorrow's law commencement. First, we have an individual who was awarded the university's highest academic rank, Distinguished University Professor from the College of Public Affairs, Dr. Alan Lyles. Second, we congratulate Dr. Catherine Anderson for earning emeritus status upon her retirement. She serves as special assistant to the president, is a professor in the Yale Gordon College of Arts and Sciences, and is UBalt's former interim provost. And finally, we recognize the winner of the 2026 President's Faculty Award from UBalt School of Law, Professor Jose Anderson. Would those members of the faculty whose names I just read please rise to be recognized? And now back to our newest UBalt alumni. Before I lead you through one of the most recognized and cherished traditions in higher education, to move your tassel from the right side, no, not yet, no. I said before we move the tassel from the right side of the mortarboard to the left side, I will charge each of you in my capacity as the University of Baltimore's Chief Academic Officer. Today is Commencement Day. As the word commence indicates, this is a time of beginnings, not ends. The beginning of a journey to find your own individual futures. During your time at the University of Baltimore, we have grown quite fond and very proud of you. So I will convey my charge through 3 distinct observations about you. You learn, you listen, and you lead. Our first observation is about your past, about your keenness to learn. You arrived at UBalt a short while ago, the beginning of this part of your higher education journey, what then seemed so far away, today, beginnings day. You came ready to learn about thinking, about speaking, and about doing, but also you were ready to accept others' points of view, others' ways of life, and others' explanations of what you had assumed were universal truths. All led to this one goal, the one we're here to celebrate today, to begin your own individual future. Along your path at UBalt, you continue to learn, to become more knowledgeable in your field and more purposeful in your life. And this brings me to our second observation about you, and it concerns that future. As now learned citizen, you're ready to listen to the voices around you so that you can bring about change. You prepared well for the day when you will leave your mark. All the academic work is no good if ultimately it does not touch people. The client who relies on your business acumen, the citizen who depends on your public service, or the friend who gains calm from your poetry. With your willingness to truly listen, with your drive to make the world a better place, you will put academic knowledge to work, one client, one citizen, and one friend at a time. So where then does your past, your eagerness to learn, meet your future, your readiness to listen? Well, they meet right here in the present. At this very moment, and this then is our third and final observation about you. You are so eager and you are so ready to lead. Here at the University of Baltimore, you have acquired the skills of leadership through study, research, and assessment. But perhaps more importantly, while you were a student at the University of Baltimore, I hope we opened some doors for you, doors into your future, for you to walk through, to continue to learn and listen so that you may lead. Now, would all the graduates who just received their degrees please stand and remain standing if they are able. So here then is my simple charge to you. When you see those open doors, explore what lies beyond. Have the courage to walk through one of those doors. Walk through, learn about yourself, listen, and lead your own future. And it's okay, too, to turn around and walk back out and check another door, another future. But ultimately, do walk through one of the open doors. And as you do, if you see someone behind you who needs a little extra help to walk through that door, encourage them to join you. Guide them through that door towards your connected journeys to nurture each other and the world around you. Learn, listen, lead. 3 words that guide your future. They define this beginnings day, and they are my charge to you. Please know that we are proud of you. Please know that we are proud of those who made all of this happen for you. But also know that we know that you should be very proud of yourselves. You did it. I wish you well, I congratulate you, and I salute you. And now, the moment you have envisioned many times, to underscore the journey that you have completed and the one you will begin today, we will together, on the count of 3, move the tassel on your mortarboard from the right side to the left side. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And now, for those who are able, please stand for the singing of the University of Baltimore's Alma Mater, led by Ms. Keynote Smith. The text is at the end of your program. Keynote.
Now let us honor Baltimore and sing her praises wide. Renew again our faith of yore and pledge it side by side. For vision bright of wisdom's light, for gifts of wings to soar, for teaching us the might of right. We thank thee, Baltimore. So sing farewell to Baltimore and sail on with the tide, prepared with chart and compass for life's journeys far and wide. Let none forget their course was set for life's most distant shore. By this our university, we love thee, Baltimore.
Please be seated. Thank you very much, Kathia. Some of you may have seen as the candidates were coming across the stage, one of the students gave me a photo. It ends up that it is a photograph of me with his grandmother back when I was mayor. You could tell I have hair. I'd appreciate it if that student would send me an email just giving me more detail about this. I thank you very much, and I'll cherish it. On behalf of everyone at the university, I want to express my gratitude to our distinguished guests who are with us here today. Sorry folks, but we're asking everybody to please stay in your seats while we begin the procession of graduates. From the University of Baltimore family to yours, we wish you a happy 2026. A reception celebration will be taking place immediately following this ceremony in the Angelos Law Center. This gathering is sponsored by the University of Baltimore Office of Alumni Relations. All graduates, guests, faculty, and staff are welcome to join us. And so one last thing, congratulations to our Where's our Professor Simon? Ah. Well, I guess you all follow her. Okay.
Thank you for attending our ceremony. Please remain in your seats to allow time for our platform party and graduates to exit the theater. The faculty and staff on stage exit first, followed by graduates, beginning with the first row. To facilitate the flow of guests out of the venue, we ask all guests to meet their graduates outside of the Lyric. As a reminder, there is an alumni celebration immediately following this ceremony. The event is in the Angelos Law Center and is hosted by the Office of Alumni Relations for all graduates, guests, faculty, and staff.